Good morning, my lovely students. Your science teacher is back with another science class. With your assessments coming up, we have allotted this week for the revision of your concepts, and the topic we will be revising today is senses. This is the second topic in your assessment. Everyone, please pay attention towards the concepts once more. Senses. We use our senses to tell us what something looks like, smells like, sounds like, feels like, or tastes like. So, what basically we do with our senses is that we use them to aware us of the surroundings, of our surroundings. For instance, how a thing which is right in front of us looks like, or if we have a plate of food in front of us, how it smells like, or how it tastes like. Or if we are hearing some song, so how does it sound like? Is it high, like is it loud or is it low? Is it high volumed, high pitched, or low pitched? So these are the things which we get to know by our senses. Now we have 5 main senses, and the names are a sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of taste, and sense of touch. We have all memorized this earlier as well, and I made you solve 2 worksheets regarding this as well. So this is a very important question or a very important concept which you all must know. Okay? So sense of sight basically is the sense that tells us what we are seeing. Okay? We see things from our eye, and the eyes have sense of sight. Next is sense of hearing. We use our ear to hear things. Next is sense of smell. We use our nose to smell different kinds of things. Then taste. We use our tongue to taste food, okay, or any drink. And then lastly we have sense of touch, and we mostly use our hands to touch things. Senses and parts of body. Now we all know that we have different parts of body that help us to sense different objects or different sensations. So we'll be revising this now. I see with my eyes. See? I hear with my ears. I taste with my tongue. I touch with my hand. I smell with my nose. So if your answers were exactly those that were mine, then very good. You are having good concepts. Here we have the answers to our blanks. Now next is 5 senses. You use your senses to spot danger. Very important thing. We get to know about our surroundings. If something is going wrong around us, it is our senses that warn us of the danger. Okay? They warn us that there is a car coming on the road. If you're crossing a road, there's a car approaching you, so you should not cross the road and wait for the car to move forward to give you some way, and only then you'll cross the road. Okay? So it is our senses that tell us that there is some danger around us. They tell you if something is hot or sharp, so safe to touch or safe to taste. Okay? If for instance we have a knife around us and it is very sharp, okay? So it is our senses that tell us that no, you should not touch that sharp knife. It will cut your finger. Okay? So our senses help us to touch if something is safe to touch or eat. Now we have some fun facts. We smell things when we take in air through our nose. Okay? We all know this, that our nose helps us to smell different kinds of things. and it is the air that when that enters our nose, it is only then we are able to smell things. Okay, the air surrounding the food or anything that we want to smell comes to our nose, and when we smell that air, we get to know that this thing is like good smelling or bad smelling. Okay, next is our eyes can be different colors, but we still see in the same way. For instance, people have blue eyes, they have gray eyes, they have brown eyes, they have black eyes. So they're different people with different eye color, but we do not see the things in a variety of colors. For instance, if you are wearing green clothes, so every person with every eye color will see your cloth in green color. It's not like that gray eyed people will see the dress in gray color. Okay, so the colors of the objects don't change, it's only the color of the eye that changes. Next we have is the sense of smell. Smells travel through air. We have discussed this earlier. It is the air that carries the smell from a plate of food towards our nose. They are invisible. We know this very well, that smells are invisible. We cannot see any smell from the food coming towards our nose. Okay? We can never see the smell. Invisible means that we cannot see them. But our nose and brain can tell us what they are. We have discussed this many times, that it is our brain that helps us to understand what anything is. If we touch any hot object or cold object, or if we smell anything, or if we see anything, it is our brain that guides us what that thing is. Okay? Bad smells warn us not to drink or eat things that are not safe. Understand? For instance, if we smell some burnt food, agar khana jal gaya hai, no one would like to eat it. So it is this smell of that food that is telling us that it is not safe for us to eat. Okay? The second sense is sense of sight. Okay? And we have the sense of sight from our eye. Okay? So here we have different parts of the eyes, and you have to label them. These are kind of like very important parts of your eye, and you should know them very well. Now, what is this part of the eye? It's called eyebrow. This part is called eyelash, because there are many, so we call them eyelashes. The center part of the eye, the black part which is in the center of the eye, is called pupil. And then here we have tear duct. It is that part of the eye from which our tears come out. Okay? Hamare aansu, tears are aansu. They come out of the tear duct. Okay? Whenever we cry, it is this duct that gives the tears out. It has a tiny little hole in it, okay, from where the tears come out. Now, third sense, sense of taste. We taste what we eat and drink with our tongue. We all know this very well, okay? There are thousands of little bumps on our tongue. These are called taste buds. You also know we have this question in your worksheet. So it says that if you look at your tongue very closely, you will see tiny little like spots, bumps on your road. See it? Dots, spots or bumps on your tongue. Sorry, not on your road, on your tongue. Okay? These tiny bumps are called the taste buds, and they are thousands in number. Now, what is the function of taste buds? It is these taste buds that give us the taste of anything that we eat or drink. Okay? The taste buds tell us if something is sweet, sour, salty or bitter. Then we have sense of feeling or sensation or touch. Okay? These are all the different names of the same sense. Okay? We feel things when they touch our skin. Now, previously I told you that it is our hand that helps us to touch different things. But if a glass of hot water or hot water spills over your foot, you will be able to feel the heat on your foot as well. Okay? So this proves that our feet also have the sensation or the sense of touch. Okay? If we feel hot or cold on our feet, that means that it is basically the skin that tells us or gives us the sense of touch. Okay? But majority of times we use our hand to touch anything. If you have to check the temperature of something, like if the water is hot or cold, you usually use your hands, not your feet. Okay? We can feel heat, cold, pain, hardness, softness, and sharpness. So these are the different feelings that we can feel through our skin. Last is sense of hearing. Different sounds can warn us of the danger around us. For example, sound of an ambulance. Whenever we hear the sound of an ambulance, we get to know, oh my god, there is an emergency right away. So we need to move out of the way and give the ambulance some way to reach its destination. Okay? So it is the sound of that siren on the ambulance that tells us that there is some danger, some serious problem. See? Pleasant sounds can also give us a feeling of joy. For instance, we go on a wedding, there are like different bands, the drums, maybe the violin or pianos. Okay? So we just get to know from the sounds of those instruments that it is an event of joy or entertainment. Okay? Our senses tell us what is happening around us. They help us to enjoy life. They also help to keep us safe by warning us of danger. Now it's time to revise the worksheets. State whether the statement is true or false. Number 1. Smell travels through water. Number 2. Smells are invisible, but our nose and brain tell us what they are. Number 3. Our eyes can be of different colors, but we still see the same way. Number 4. Our nose tells us if something is sweet, sour, salty, or bitter. Number 5. We feel things when they touch our skin. Number 6. Our senses warn us of danger. So I hope after attending the revision session you will be able to answer them all by yourself. So give them a try. Moving on to question number 2. Match the following objects with the senses that they use. Now we have the senses written in the first row, and in the second row we have different pictures that tell us or indicate different senses. Okay? So you have to match the two rows together to indicate the senses. Number 3. Answer the following questions. Part 1. How many main senses do we have? Name them. This is the easiest question. We have revised it trillions of times. So you all must be able to answer this by yourself. Okay? There are 5 main senses, and the names are sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of hearing, sense of taste, and sense of touch. Okay? You can also write sight, hearing, taste, touch, or smell. Okay? To get it precise. Part number 2. What are taste buds? This is again a very important question, and I gave you the concept during the slide previously, so you all must be able to answer this question yourself. Moving on to question number 4. Answer the following questions in the boxes given below. Part number 1. Label the following parts of body. Part number 2. Which sense does each of the following labeled part represent? So you have to indicate in the first box that which part of the body it is. Okay? Is it eye or nose or hand or ear or tongue? And in the second box you have to tell that which sense that does that part of body represent. Now make this thing very clear. Parts of body are eyes, hands, nose, ear, tongue. Okay? These are the parts of body that you see on your body. Senses are sense of sight, sense of taste, sense of smell, sense of touch and hear. Okay? Do not mix the parts of body with the senses. Be careful about this. Question number 5. Your senses can save you from being hurt. Which of your senses will warn you of this danger? Number 1 is fire, then a mosquito, broken glass, a lorry on the road, or burnt food. Okay? So mention all the senses that are involved in sensing the danger in these things. Question number 6. Label the following diagram using the word bank. Now what you have to do is you have to use the word bank which has been given to label the different parts of eye. For instance, the eyebrow, eyelash, pupil and the tear duct. I would also like to mention there is a slight error in the label that is indicating the pupil. So kindly ignore that error and continue solving the worksheet. I hope that you all are able to grasp the concepts after this revision session, and you'll perform in your assessment way beyond my expectations. All the very best to you all. Allah Hafiz.